Wealthy people often appear to make massive financial moves, investing millions, buying businesses, acquiring assets, or making high-level deals. But behind those large decisions is usually a much smaller principle they follow consistently every single day. They respect the value and purpose of every dollar. The reason this matters is that wealth is rarely built through one giant moment alone. It's built through patterns of decision-making that determine whether money is consumed temporarily or directed toward long-term growth. Today we will talk about the $1 financial rule rich people never break, so before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Most people think wealth comes from big financial decisions. When people think about becoming rich, they usually imagine large actions that completely change their financial life. Starting a business, making a big investment, buying real estate, or earning a higher salary. But in reality, many wealthy people build financial success through extremely small, consistent habits that seem almost meaningless at first. One of the most powerful of these habits is what can be called the $1 financial rule. The idea is simple. Every time money comes in, a portion of it is immediately directed toward building wealth before anything else happens. It does not matter how small the amount is at the beginning. What matters is that wealth building always happens first, not last. 9. The $1 rule is about priority, not amount. The real power of the $1 rule is not the dollar itself, but the priority it represents. Most people treat investing or saving as something that happens after spending. If anything is left at the end of the month, it goes into savings. Wealthy individuals often reverse this completely. Even a small amount is moved first into investments, assets, or wealth-building systems before lifestyle spending begins. This creates a psychological shift where building wealth becomes the default behavior instead of an optional activity. Over time, this priority system matters far more than the actual starting amount. 8. Small, consistent allocation creates massive long-term growth. At the beginning, setting aside even a tiny amount may feel insignificant. But wealthy people understand that consistency matters more than size. A small amount invested regularly creates compounding effects that become powerful over time. The key is repetition. When money is consistently directed toward assets instead of consumption, it begins to accumulate, grow, and generate returns that feed back into the system. Many financial success stories are not built on large one-time moves, but on small, disciplined financial actions repeated over many years. 7. The rule forces automatic wealth-building behavior. One of the biggest advantages of the $1 rule is that it removes the need for constant decision-making. Without a system, every month becomes a negotiation between spending and saving. Emotional decisions often lead to inconsistency. But when a fixed rule is applied, wealth building becomes automatic. Money is allocated before emotions interfere. This reduces financial stress and creates structure. Wealthy people often rely on systems like this because systems work even when motivation is low or inconsistent. 6. It breaks the cycle of spending everything first. Most people naturally fall into a pattern where income is received and then gradually consumed through expenses. Bills, lifestyle upgrades, small purchases, and unexpected costs absorb money until very little remains. The $1 rule interrupts this cycle by ensuring that a portion of income is always removed from immediate spending. Over time, this creates a visible separation between money meant for lifestyle and money meant for long-term growth. This separation is what allows wealth to accumulate, instead of constantly resetting to zero. 5. Wealthy people focus on paying future self first. A common mindset among financially successful individuals is the idea of paying your future self first. This means treating savings and investments as non-negotiable obligations rather than optional leftovers. The $1 rule represents this mindset in its simplest form. Instead of spending everything today and hoping for stability later, Money is consistently directed toward building future financial strength first. This creates a long-term advantage because future financial stability is built gradually, rather than being left to chance. 4. The rule builds discipline without feeling restrictive. Many people avoid strict financial systems because they feel too limiting. But the $1 rule works differently because it starts small enough to feel manageable. It does not require extreme sacrifice or lifestyle changes at the beginning. Instead, it builds discipline gradually through repetition. Over time, small, consistent actions strengthen financial behavior naturally. The goal is not to create pressure, but to create identity-based discipline, where investing becomes a normal part of financial life. 3. Compounding turns small actions into large outcomes. One of the most important financial concepts behind the $1 rule is compounding. When small amounts are consistently invested, they begin generating returns. Those returns are then reinvested and generate additional returns over time. This process builds momentum gradually. While early progress may seem slow, compounding becomes more powerful as time increases. Wealthy individuals understand that financial success often comes from allowing time to amplify small but consistent financial decisions. 2. The rule separates wealth builders from consumers. At its core, the $1 rule creates a clear behavioral separation between people who build wealth and people who primarily consume income. Most consumers prioritize spending first and saving only if possible. Wealth builders prioritize asset accumulation first, even if the amounts are small. This difference does not immediately show results, but over years it creates massive divergence in financial outcomes. The habit itself becomes more important than the amount, because it defines how money is consistently treated. 1. The real secret. Wealth is built by never breaking the habit of prioritizing ownership first. The deeper truth behind the $1 financial rule is not about the dollar amount at all. It is about consistency of ownership behavior. Because the truth is simple, wealthy individuals rarely allow income to be fully consumed before allocating something toward assets, investments, or long-term financial systems. Even when amounts are small, the habit remains intact. And once you understand that long-term wealth is built through repeated prioritization of ownership over consumption rather than occasional large financial actions, you begin to see why this small rule quietly separates financially successful people from everyone else over time. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.